Greetings, good people. Greetings, greetings, good humans. All right. So, for the audience, we have a business class where we meet, and we're a very small group. And these talks are a part of those moments. Okay. Um, for privacy reasons, on this channel, you just get information. Okay. Yeah, we don't record our participants and teachers and myself and things like that. We're just here for the information. Okay. So I just want to give reference because sometimes people hear me having conversations, and I just want people to know that um, we always have a small group of at least 3 during these presentations. Um, and we, of course, want to share it with the world via YouTube as well. Okay, so um, if you're in a local area, Texas, also in California, we are always engaging with like-minded, tribal-minded people for building and further expansion towards our own greatness. So if you're in Texas or California or going to be coming there um, into any of these areas, these are the areas that I frequent. So, and I reside in both areas, residents in both areas. Okay, so what we're talking about today is the best path to creating your reality in the business world. We're talking about the best way and the best business and the best thing to do in your life regarding business and life and you. And what I say to that is something that a lot of you have already heard, but it's the basics, it's a fundamental that it's not really explored upon the way it should be. And once again, of course, I only speak things that I have found to be self-evident and proven for myself. Anything that I represent or anything that I present or speak on are things that I've applied to my life years ago and have found some sort of relief or evolution, understanding, and just a more positive, growth based lifestyle. Because you want to be ever growing and ever expanding, right? So, the best way and the best thing to do if you're thinking about going into business, and if you are, you very well know that you should, because that's really your only way to freedom. Your only way to freedom is really waking up and doing what you want to do. And more energy you could put into that reality, the more influence you can pump into your own reality, the better and the more ideal for the person that should be playing out the lead character in their own story, right? This is your story. You're the main character. And not only are you the main character, but you're also the writer. So you're able to orchestrate this story the way you want it to go. And the best way and the best thing to do in business for yourself is to do whatever comes easiest for you. I know a lot of people have heard this, But you do whatever comes easiest for you, and you do whatever you love, and then you create a business around that. If you don't know how, you get with people like myself, the manifestress, that loves to help you manifest your own reality, your own ideal reality. That's what I do. So I once read a book. It's a good book. It's called Cracking the Millionaire Code. There's many things about it that are great, but the main thing is that it says what I just said in another way. The best way towards millionaire status and the most absolute way towards millionaire status is to do something that you do naturally. Do something that you love. Do something that you really enjoy so much. And have the audacity to know that you are great enough at that subject that somebody will pay you for it. You know? So, some people have one gift, some people have many gifts, but everyone does something amazing, and everyone enjoys something enough that they can talk about it, talk to others about it, do it, live it, breathe it, create a living around it. So ask yourself, what do you love doing? And perhaps never imagined waking up whenever you want to go do that instead of anything else you're doing. Or go do that in the environment that you control. You might be doing what you love, but you're doing it under somebody else's rules, under someone else's authority, instruction, and direction. And we all know why that's a problem. You know, time, energy, all of that stuff, right? At some point, and in the age of Aquarius, you're going to find yourself in this particular age and time, you're going to find yourself not wanting to give any of yourself away anymore. You're going to find that. You're going to find it harder and harder to be a part of something that doesn't serve you in the age of Aquarius, because everything's aligned for awakening. Everything's aligned for evolution of the mind and spirit. Therefore, people are going to be getting restless in those cubicles. God bless the cubicle worker. I will help you for free. If you're in a cubicle, I'm saying that right now. I'm not being funny. If you're in a cubicle, I will get you out of that cubicle for free. Okay? Let me deliver you from that little box, because it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. Okay? So yes, whatever your version is of the cubicle, if you're going to the plantation, if you're there right now, if you're trying to get one, if you're trying to get back on one, question that in itself. Question that. Why are you rushing to try to get back on the plantation if you don't have one? I would look at that as a silver lining in a cloud, saying, you are free. Now, go sell coconuts and oranges if you have to. Do you know you could sell enough coconut and oranges? You could sell enough if you were serious. You could sell enough coconut and oranges to make what you're making where you're at. Now, coconut and oranges is not your calling, I'm sure. But I'm just saying you can make a living really doing anything. You can choose many different ways to make a living. And I would like to strongly suggest that you be bold and brave in your perception of yourself in this reality that you want to be in and or should be in, which is the reality that you control your own reality. You wake up, You control your day. You come and go when you want to. You give when you want to. You rest when you want to. You leisure when you want to, Freedom. I don't know, years ago, um, I just got this feeling in my bones. I just, just known. I must have known just a rebellious Indian in nature because I couldn't get with the system. I just couldn't get with any of this. You know, I'm only getting with this for you. I'll take this piece of the matrix and I will participate for the good with limitations, as you can see, right? I'm getting up close and personal with the matrix and strangers and things like that. Okay? So, not having control of your daily life, it puts you in the mercy, it puts you in the grips, and it puts you in the grasp of the matrix and all of its roller coaster movements. I don't like that. So when you can control what you do every day and how you make your money, you have much more control about where you're at. You have much more control about where you're at. And when you can control where you're at, you can control your life much more so. If you have no choice but to be in that building, you're going to be in that building for the next 12 hours. It's a given, or whatever it is. 5 to 12 hours, I don't know. Some people work 20 hours. That's it. It's like take that part of your life and carve it all out. Add up all those hours. Add up all that time. Carve it out. It's gone. And you better make it worth it. I help people with this as well. If you're on the plantation, use it. Use that to capitalize, to add capital to your dreams, to capitalize on your ideas. You use that. That's your investment money. That's your seed money. That's your money, so you don't have to go to someone and ask them for help. Okay? So you want to use that money from this job. You want to use that pain of that cubicle and everything to hash out your business plans. Don't waste any more time. They've taken enough of your time. I remember I would work temp jobs just so I can do a few things. I like to, of course, make money, right? Make a living for a second. But while I was learning business and so young, I would take these temp jobs because, of course, there was no commitment needed. And I know at the most, I only got to deal with these pilgrims for 1 month, max. I could do a month back then. Now I can't even, no. So yeah, I could do a month back then, or a week, or whatever the short-term project was. And I would get money and I would put it into things. When I first started, it was in jewelry. So I would work these temp jobs enough to get $2,000. And I'd buy enough jewelry to live off for a year. And that was my hustle. And whenever I got low on my jewelry, I'd go out there and play around in the matrix. I'd always kill any interview because I had skills. And so, yeah, I'd always get the job and make the money and get out of there. I would do a lot of things while I was there. I would plot, plan, and scheme my business plans on paper, right? Wasting a lot of their time getting my business together. Because when you're at work, you have a lot of time that you could be using for your own gain, even if you're just thinking in your mind master plans and you're not really able to write them down until lunchtime or till whenever. But utilize all that time. Another thing I use it for is I like to get up there in the front desk so I can see how a business worked, how shipping and receiving worked, how mailing, and I was really interested in shipping and receiving early on. Was really interested in that and the whole bookkeeping aspect of things. So I would get in there and I would just be messing with the old ladies, you know, and just hanging over their chairs and looking at their computers and, going into stock inventory closets and looking at what an office should look like and what it has in it, and, just looking at things from a business perspective, inventory and how things work. And that's what I would do while I was putting together my plan for independence. This was 18 and 19 years old. By 20, I had my plan. I realized that I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm going to sell it. And I've been doing that for 23 years. I'm an educator. I don't educate children anymore. Now I educate adults in how to teach their children and how to run a business or start a business and pull your dreams together and manifest. You see? So I just took something I do naturally and I made it a business. I just made what I do a business. What I was born to do. I'm a teacher. I'm teaching now. But I'm not saying, algebra equations and vocabulary. It's a different form of teaching. So think about what you do best and think about all the forms and variations of that and what that looks like. What are all the aspects of that thing you love? And I can help with that also if you can't do it on your own. But you get a pen and paper and you study and you find out all the different hats you can wear with that particular gift that you have, love, passion that you love. If you have a hobby that you really, really love, you can turn that into a business. That beats giving your time away every day to somebody else that's on vacation. Could care less if you clock in or clock out, because this is the worker paradigm. They got slaves and they got owners. So everyone has a part to play. They're not called slaves, they're called helpers these days. So you're either a helper or you are an owner. And then there's another special niche of people that can get away with this. And these are the givers. The nurses, the teachers. These people can get away with being a part of organization because they're giving. They're probably very well within their gift that they were here to do. They're very well, most likely living within that gift while giving that service that they give as a nurse and a teacher. But can you be, if you're not happy with it, that's the only question I'm saying. If there's more freedom that can be gained, then you can also take those same professions and create independence and freedom in your own business, in your own building, in your own program, in your own organization, right? If you want to. Everyone plays a part. You might be doing something and just totally forgot about all the things you love to do. So I'm telling you I ask you to go back to those wonderful, fun things, revisit that, and revisit the idea of doing those things for your lifetime. You see, you only got one of these lifetimes that you'll be able to recount that we know of. So, if that's the case, you want to have as much of that time to yourself to do what you want to do with it. So if you feel that way, then create that reality, please. I'm going to start asking people to comment and say things if they saw the video and have any questions, concerns, comments, ideas, rants, raves, whatever. Just start a dialogue. And you inspire others to do the same. You want to create your own reality and live your best, live your version of happiness, right? And you can do that. So, what do you love? And imagine yourself doing it. Once you find out what you love, go and you want to do something, go back to the manifest videos and learn how to manifest those things and create what you have discovered you would like to do. Okay? So I have a lot of videos that can help you. Please comment and tell me what you think. If you give a like up, a thumbs up, that would be great too. I'm not really here. I'm not really here for all that nonsense. As long as you get the information and you know, commenting and the dialogue would be nice to know that people are able to use the information and are using it. Um, just keep it anonymous if you know me personally, and that's it. Ashe, we're here for you.